what the hell is going on with the music industry. In particular, what's going on with music? I don't know, let's talk about that for a minute. Welcome to Coffee Talk at the Drum Shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Brought to you by our friends at Cafe Bustelo and Dynamic Audio. The other day at coffee time here at the Drum Shop, we were having a discussion about what's going on in today's music industry. And not just the industry about making music, but also instruments and just some of the other things that are happening. And one of the things that I brought up was there are no music heroes in today's popular music. Popular by definition in terms of mainstream, what's on top 40. There's no music heroes. You've got a lot of lead singers, but you don't really have any bands. And that's going to pose its own fair share of problems. And frankly, I don't know what the hell to do with it. I don't even know what to think about it. It seems as though we have lots of lead singers, but no real bands. We've got TV shows that feature or host lead singers. There's nothing about bands. I mean, let's take, for example, The Voice and American Idol. Lots of people singing, lots of people doing magic. There's no bands. And maybe because I don't watch it, maybe there are bands and they just don't make it. But at the same time, we're spending a lot of time focusing on one individual on stage and nothing else. One of our friends, Sammy, said he went to a show. Did he say Lord? 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 Who? I don't even know who that is. But he said when he went to the concert, there was plenty of lights on the lead singer and her dancers, but nothing on the band. And he said you just looked into the band and it just seemed as though they were just shadows. Is that a sign of the times? Is that because most pop music is no longer recorded with live musicians anyway, so what's the point of having them? I don't know, but these are things that are really perplexing because they're going to affect the music industry as a whole, both in what we do here at the Drum Shop by selling gear to future drummers and to drummers as a whole, but to bands in general. It has a negative impact. I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to address that. I don't know how to help that. I don't know how to prevent that. There was a show that just took place down here at River Spirit, and we know people that went to that show, and they said there was no noise coming from the stage except for the dancers. The whole thing was done lip-synced. No music. They had musicians and they had a DJ. Nothing was plugged in. What the hell's that about? And maybe it's because I'm old. Maybe because I'm old-fashioned. Maybe I like the sound of live instruments. Maybe it's because I think there's more to music than just who's got the microphone in their hand. But it's becoming a real issue. And I see it, but nobody is really talking about it in our industry of music instrument retail. No one's bringing it up. But it's a real question. I mean, we see it in schools. There's a school just down the way that fired 12 instructors, including the music instructor that got them to, what do they call that when the school band, all the bands win, like the best things ever? Sweepstakes. A school that won sweepstakes in some school band competitions, whatever, I don't know. They fired him and more or less replaced him with a coach. Yeah, they fired 12 instructors, hired 6 coaches. That's something that irritates the hell out of me because I see something as a real problem when we start removing music and arts programs completely by wholesale out of schools. No drawing, no crafts, no painting, no sculpture, no music, no wood shop, no metal craft, no automotive class. The hell's going on? Why isn't that being addressed? Or more importantly, why aren't parents speaking out about the fact that these arts programs that enable these kids to learn better and be better students and more importantly become better humans, why aren't they talking about that being a problem? But at the end of the day, that can't be the focus of a school because it's going to affect all of us. It's going to affect your music. It's going to affect our business, the business down the way, and all the ancillary businesses that are tied to the music industry as a whole. I'm kind of at a loss, and I really don't know what to do about it. I don't know how to address it. The CE was just talking about this morning. He said there's no variety shows. Like, like the Carol Burnett show and Sonny and Cher.
Smothers Brothers.
Well, Smothers Brothers were before both of our times.
Okay, Hee-Haw.
All right, I watched Hee-Haw. But all those shows that featured bands, lest we forget, Lawrence Welk. I know, Lawrence Welk. Tiny Bubbles. But still.
American Bandstand.
American Bandstand. I mean, there's so many shows. Does the UK still have a Night at the Pops or whatever that is?
Oh, Top of the Pops. I think so.
I wonder if that's still got a band in it.
Pops, probably not.
All I'm getting at is, as humans, music unites. It brings us together. It brings us to a point where we all get to celebrate. And it explores and expresses humanity in a way that nothing else does. And I'm curious why we're choosing to take away the humanity of music making and the collaborative process of music making, and why we're allowing that to be okay. Am I frustrated about it? Absolutely. It's almost as if it's not cool to play an instrument, which is wrong. It's absolutely cool. No, it doesn't happen overnight. No, you're not just going to wake up one morning and be a virtuoso. It takes time. It takes energy. It takes dedication and hard work. But anything worth doing is worth doing right. Stop putting a mobile phone or a tablet in front of your kids. Teach them to put an instrument in their hand. Let them explore. Show them there's other things. Am I mad at sports? No, I'm not mad at sports per se. I'm frustrated because that seems to be the emphasis of schools when there is so much more. But do the right thing. Let them paint. Let people explore all these things that are around us. Maybe it helps music in general, and we stop using auto-tune, and we stop using computers to make music, and we start going back to using instruments. A great example that's a popular meme, and I hate to reference it, but it's one that's very valuable. Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody had a handful of musicians, one producer, maybe a sound engineer, 2 sound engineers, maybe. And that was it. One of Beyonce's tracks has like 18 producers, 184 tracks of material, 65 production people, and not one live instrument. Not one. It's all programmed. Is that what we really want our music to become? Let me know your thoughts, because I'm really curious. Not to end on a sour note, or a downer of a note, but this does bring us to the end of our latest edition of Coffee Talk at the Drum Shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm Roger, that's CE, who you can't see. And like always, this is brought to you by Cafe Bustelo and our friends at Dynamic Audio. Please leave any comments, vote with a thumbs up, or give me a thumb down. I mean, something. I like thumbs. They're interesting. We have them. Share it, like it, subscribe by clicking that box down below, and please ring the bell. It does help our videos move in different ways and to different people, and share it. Let's open this topic of conversation. See ya.